the last couple of years. And then I think the other thing is that his coach realized that Pat is that motherfucker. You know, I think that became clear.
So, there's a reason that Steve Kerr loves Pat Spencer, and it's not for the reason that most fans love players. It's simply because he makes the right play when he's on the floor. When Buddy Hield struggles to let the ball leave his hands to hit Post, who's wide open, it's not until it hits Spencer's hands that the ball finds Post on the cut immediately, which sets up the easy layup inside. This recognition on the court is a key thing that makes him successful, because once there's a gap in the defense that can be exploited, Spencer will attack it right away, giving Golden State easy looks time and time again. Take this play here where Kuminga sends it back up to Post up top. Pat's man starts to come out to get a little closer due to the pass only being one guy away, but little does he know, he's just a step behind, because Spencer sees wide open real estate to pursue in the middle of the defense. So with a simple cut, this makes Donovan Mitchell have to help over to stop anything inside, so now Spencer can drop off a bounce pass to GP2, who connects on the sweet reverse. Other times when he could come off the screen to be wide open behind the line, he takes advantage of his defender going over the screen by curling around and catch the ball en route to the basket. And if you look at the floor, not only does this make Mobley step over, but now since Mobley had to leave his man, this makes Darius Garland have to drop down to cover Kuminga. So what's now left open? Well, it's Buddy Hield in that slot area on the kickout for the three-pointer. To be undrafted with only 2 years in the league, Spencer plays the game in such a way that makes you think he's been around longer than you think. And a key part about that is his pace on the floor. When he's operating out this pick and roll here, this slight pause in his attack makes it seem as if he's going to make the pass to Kuminga on the roll, so that's why you see J. Will back up to be ready for that. But actually, he flows right into a pull-up jumper for 2 points. Now to show you the exact opposite, Spencer comes up the floor receiving a high screen from GP2, and instead of gunning right off of it towards the basket, he slows it down to ensure he can drop it off to Payton perfectly for him to catch and stride to go finish. This pace and ability to facilitate or score is what makes defenders fall for subtle movements when they think he's going to make the pass backwards, but all this does is open up a wide open lane for him to coast in to put up this float over the defense. Like seriously, it's not even that he's the most electric guy when attacking the paint or anything like that, as it's more so about him being able to freeze defenders for a quick second before making his move towards the basket. And then when it's not necessarily freezing his man, he'll utilize their anticipation off the screen against himself by rejecting it to attack the paint, and with 2 defenders on him when going up, Spencer used that outstretched hook over both of them to bank this off the glass, and the Warriors bench just loves it. All of this here goes right into the point of him making the right play, because when defenders try and cheat the play, he'll reject the screen just like we seen earlier, and as they're riding his hip on the pursuit, he'll rise up when he feels that little bit of contact, and even though he doesn't draw the foul, he gets an uncontested pull-up instead. It's basically like anytime the defense isn't on their P's and Q's, he'll find a way to make them pay, whether it's off miscommunication on the pick and roll that leads to a wide open 3 at the top of the key, or if it's Tyrese Maxey who loses post on the cut thinking that Drummond is going to pick him up. And I get it, in theory this is a solid thought, but only if you rotate out to guard somebody. Because now once the pass is swung to Spencer, this is going to draw Drummond out to him, and immediately he notices the mismatch that will be present, so he sends it down to Post in a flash, and this pretty much is free points. When you watch all of this, it's all the things that will never show up in highlights, but it's all the things that coaches love to see and will keep you in rotation on any team. There's not a whole bunch of selfish plays, as it's more about taking what the defense gives you and making sure to capitalize on every opportunity. When he doesn't get the ball in the pick and roll here, he floats in that dunker spot just in case, and now once Curry breaks past Wallace to make J. Will help over, here's an easy layup. When Drummond goes down to help Grimes on the mismatch with Horford, Spencer then cuts right into the middle to catch Drummond off guard to sneak right past him to go score. And trust me, these simple movements on the court don't just benefit his inside scoring, as when the ball is swung around to then produce an attack that makes the defense sink in, you're gonna see Spencer slide up the sideline to make the passing angle even easier for Santos to kick it out for the tray ball. And then when Darius Garland calls for a switch to happen but his teammate is too focused on post, this is where that movement to the top of the key opens up Spencer for the butterball. If you ask any coach in the league, this is the player they want, and a player that just simply makes everyone around him better due to his poise on the floor. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.